I want to talk about our players that are currently in quarantine. Colby Jones, C.J. Wilcher, and Spencer Cody. Now, obviously, the CDC's put out guidelines today with some news. I have not read all the literature yet, so I'm not well versed in it. Obviously, we have Dr. O'Cragley here who works with our team on a daily basis. Our athletic director, Greg Christopher, Susan Lipnicki, one of our athletic directors, and Mario. I know they met earlier to try to figure all this stuff out. And just understand, obviously the CDC put it out today, but ultimately, we have to answer to the local health board and the state of Ohio. And until they change their protocols, we're still in the same situation that we are in currently right now where they're in quarantine. Now, could that change in the next day, 2 days? Absolutely. We understand Colby and CJ and Spencer want to rejoin our team. We want them out there. They can have a huge impact for our team, and hopefully they'll be able to play this Sunday. But ultimately, it's out of our hands here at Xavier. It's not up to the CDC as well. It's going to be up to the state of Ohio and our local health board. As far as Tennessee Tech goes, I thought our guys had a lot more energy tonight. I could tell even in our shoot around. I made a big point to our guys. You always have to honor the game, and that's, you got to embrace the process, the lead up to every single game. And I know we've had 5 games in 5 days, and some days we don't. We're not even able to go out there and practice because we're shorthanded right now, and our guys have been tired. But you got to be able to get those mental reps. And I thought our guys, I could tell, really listened to my message after EKU. Practice yesterday was really sharp. Walk through today was really, really sharp. I thought we got a lot of carryover that we needed to see. I was pleased with our defense, our different defenses tonight. I think we're going to be able to be a team that presses a little bit. They can play some 2-3. They can play some 1-3-1. They can play some man. We can't throw just fastballs defensively. We got to be able to throw some off-speed stuff. And I think we got the size and length to be really good in zone. The area where I was concerned and I'm disappointed from the game was on the offensive glass for them. We have to rebound the ball. We got to limit teams to one shot and one shot only, or else we're going to pay the price for that. So we got to continue to get better. We're going to get back. We'll get our guys a day off tomorrow, a well-deserved day off. They haven't had a day off in a long time. And then we'll get back to work on Friday.
Questions for Coach Steele? Adam?
You've been with Nate Johnson so far. The other night he hit 2 clutch 3-pointers in the last minute or so of overtime, and tonight I felt like he kind of jump-started your offense there early on.
I'm not surprised at all. That's how he is every day in practice. He's steady Eddie. He's the same guy every single day. Just his mentality, his approach. He comes from a really good program at Gardner-Webb where he was really well coached. And so he gets it. He's a process guy. But I'm not shocked. He's a phenomenal shooter. He's a tough defender. He can really guard. He's always in the right spots. He's all reliable for us. Even though this is his first year, I have a high level of trust, as do his teammates in him, that he's going to be in the right spots on both ends of the floor.
Next question, Tim Daniel.
Travis, obviously tonight with Zach battling foul trouble, you had to lean a lot on Brian Griffin. Through 5 games, he's been a huge part of your team. What have you really seen that's really elevated him? And when these situations, when Zach's out and you're struggling, is it something where he just jumps up for the moment immediately for you guys?
Yeah, Brian's strong. He's long. He's tough. He can really impact the game on the glass. He had, I think, 8 rebounds tonight, 3 offensive. Just with his size and his length around the rim, he changes shots. I think he had 3 blocks. He can be a physical presence around the rim for us. Where he's got to continue to get better, and he's getting better, is in ball screen defense. Again, this is all new to him. This is all new. And he is a sponge. He is a great young man. He has a high level of care. He's a pleaser. He wants to be really good. And he is coming on. And I think you saw that tonight. He really impacted the game in a big way for us.
Adam?
I thought tonight was a pretty calm performance. Like, your guys never seemed to be trying to do too much. I thought that they really did what the game allowed them to do. And is that what you saw from them tonight? And how important is that for this team going forward?
Adam, I do think it's really important. Like tonight was one of the few nights that we've had this year where we've actually been able to run any offense. Just because it depended upon how styles of play, right, who we're playing. I thought our guys shared the ball. We always talk about keeping the ball hot, keep the ball moving. We got enough offensive talent. If we play in space and we move the ball side to side, we're going to produce a really, really good shot. And the more our guys can continue to do that in space and floor, we're going to get pretty good results. We can really shoot the ball. And we shoot the ball really well. Nate, Kiki, Paul hit 2 threes tonight. Again, I've said this before. He's a way better shooter than he shot to this point in the season. It's like I tell him every day, keep shooting the ball. Just be ready to shoot. And again, with our space on the floor, I think we're going to get good results on the offensive end. But the ball moved really well tonight.
Paul Doherty.
Hi, Travis. Given what we're going through as a country now, and what your program has been going through for the last few weeks, do you feel as if there is a different feel to this crosstown shootout than previous shootouts? A different vibe, a different mood because of what we're going through?
Absolutely not. It's the same to me. Now, I've been fortunate to be a part of several crosstown shootouts. It's the best game of the year. It's the best game of the year. We are really, really excited to get over there and play on Sunday.
Where do you think it fits this year in terms of the whole athletic landscape? Can it be something that the city can embrace more than usual? Can it be something of good and festive the way it normally is, or has the whole situation maybe put a little damp on it in the community?
Yeah, to me, it doesn't put a dampen on it at all. I think if anything, it's like with all the uncertainty going on in the entire world, right, with COVID-19, you got one of the best rivalries in all of sports, not just basketball, all of sports, and the game's being played like it should be played. And again, I think, here in the city of Cincinnati, we all know how much it means to their alumni, to our alumni as well, our fan bases. Again, I'm happy we're able to play the game.
Thanks.
Nate.
Travis, tonight we saw a lineup of Odom, Handy, Scruggs, Johnson, and Fremantle. We saw it briefly before Fremantle had his fifth or fourth foul. It seemed to be a lineup that provided some good spacing, kind of allows Paul to work out of the post. What have you seen from that lineup? Is that a lineup that you guys have worked on in practice, or was that just kind of off the cuff?
Nate, like we had to go to it against Toledo when we were in foul trouble. And I thought we were struggling guarding Toledo, and they're a really good offensive team. And I thought it really helped us. And it's a lineup that, quite honestly, we have not practiced at all. Again, I didn't know, obviously, that Colby and CJ, we found out the day before the season started, basically, that they were going to be in quarantine. But when you get in foul trouble, all of a sudden, it's like, man, you got to figure things out. You got to adjust on the fly. But I do think it's a good lineup for us because Paul's a warrior. He doesn't care whether he's the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He does not care. He plays to win, and he plays way bigger than his height. He plays with a ton of heart out there, and that allows us to be able to play lineups like that. What you said, and you're right. It gives us a ton of space on the floor.
Next question from Adam.
How concerning is it when, Zach Fremantle, he plays with so much fire and so much passion, but how do you get him to kind of temper that a little bit? Like he made a lot of really ticky-tack fouls that were just unnecessary tonight, and you said it about Paul the other night. You don't need him over on the bench there next to you. How do you get him to kind of fix that, if you will?
Yeah, I would say, Adam, first and foremost with him, sometimes your biggest gift can be your biggest curse as well, right? Like, I would much rather have a guy that has a big ticker, right? And he does. I mean, he's got a lot of heart. He's extremely competitive, and he's really hard on himself. Really hard on himself. That's what all the great ones have. They do. And I appreciate that about Zach. Now, he's got to be able to control it, his emotions, control his mind. And he'll mature, he'll learn from it, he'll get better. But he's a tremendous player, and we need him on the floor, like you said. I mean, again, we need to play through Zach. We're a much, much better team. I know this when he's on the floor than when he's over sitting by us on the bench.
One more question for Coach. No?
I was curious about that zone that you guys rolled out there tonight. I think at one point you had Deontay at the top of 1-3-1, it looked like. Was this just something that you're trying to maybe work more into the rotation, or is this something that you think could potentially become a consistent part of what you guys do depending on your matchup?
Yeah, we've worked on zone a lot in practice. You know, I realized this year last year we were basically probably 96% man-to-man. You know, we'd sprinkle in a little bit of 2-3 zone here and there. I recognize this year, you know, Najee Marshall was an elite defender, right? You know, we're not going to be able to just throw fastballs constantly out there, or else they're going to hit it out of the park. You know, we got to be able to switch it up, do a little press, a little 2-3, a little 1-3-1, a little man. We'll change up our ball screen coverages. We can't let teams get a rhythm and offensively. And I think we got length to be able to play zone. I think we could be a really good zone team.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.